Good morning to each and everybody. We have discussed in our earlier episode that how science is related with spiritual thinking, and in continuation with that very unit, I have to say that gravitation is one of the best important approach of human being in scientific field, and if we can consider as a whole, then Newton's gravitational explanation and Einstein's gravitational explanation both can be put forward. Sir Isaac Newton was completely failed to explain the microscopic cause of gravitational force. He did not take it seriously. He always answered the problem that where is the gravitational force in the form that it is enough to know that there is something behind it, and we never try to know more. This answer explains that Sir Isaac Newton was of a great spiritual thinking. All the paths to get any type of truth are under the sweet feelings of spiritual thinking. A thoughtful person will find that after experiencing all the so called material happiness and opulence, he or she will sooner or later see that material world is a place of unending suffering rather than happiness and fulfillment. Even the richest person and the most expert medical doctor cannot escape disease, old age, and death. Old age and death. In the words of Sir Isaac Newton, the most beautiful system of the sun, planets, and comets could only proceed from the counsel and dominion of an intelligent and powerful being. The human form of life is the greatest gift of the Supreme Lord, because in this form consciousness is fully developed and one can make an inquiry into one's real identity, which will lead one to external happiness. In scientific field, we can see that many prominent scientists have considered that there is a divine hand in the cosmos and the universe has a great purpose. Arthur L. Swallow, a Nobel laureate in physics 1981, said, "It seems to me that when confronted with the marvels of life and universe, one must ask why and not just now. The possible answers are religious. I find a need for God in the universe and in my own life." It was the word of an eminent Nobel Prize winner, the great Ramanujan, means Srinivas Ramanujan from India, always said that if any mathematical result is unable to show the existence of God, then it has no meaning and is quite in vain for myself. It is also said that many problems regarding mathematical science were solved by the directions of Hid Kul Devi, namely Namgiri, in his spiritual dreams. Sir C.V. Raman was also a great scientist due to his own deep thinking. Sir C.V. Raman had a spiritual problem. Sir C.V. Raman was a spiritual man. The scientific problem for which he was awarded by the Nobel Prize in Physics was generated due to his spiritual thinking. Nowadays, Some leading scientists like Roger Penrose and others are suggesting the need for a new science in order to explain certain deeper principles of nature, such as consciousness. If we can include the essence of spirituality along with the scientific insights and knowledge, the development of the new science could be possible. Means new science must be generated by our spiritual thinking, which is always positive. The natural events that are taking place in the natural world or material world are maps of the events occurring in the spiritual plane. Michael Polanyi said, consciousness is a principle that fundamentally transcends not only physics and chemistry, but also the mechanical principle of living being. Rene Descartes, a great mathematician and philosopher from France, was one of the eminent personality and in vision or in his mathematical dream, he invented the concept of coordinate geometry of two dimensions, which gives a relation between algebra and Euclidean geometry in our general sense. We can say that. Like this, Michael Polanyi said, consciousness is a principle that fundamentally transcends not only physics and chemistry, but also the mechanical principle of living being. The act of thinking by a human being is the symptom of consciousness. False consciousness is exhibited under the impression I am a product of material nature. It is the condition of reality that all existing unit or all of existing mental transformation are related with the material nature. Many brilliant scientists of the 20th century agreed that consciousness could not be explained in terms of the material paradigm. Dr. Niels Bohr expressed, we can admittedly find nothing in physics and chemistry that has been a remote bearing on consciousness simply because we have it ourselves. Hence, consciousness must be a part of nature or more generally of reality, which means that quite apart from the laws of physics and chemistry, as laid down in quantum theory or quantum mechanics, we must also consider laws of quite a different nature. Laws of any scientific principle will produce a unique explanation of our existing world and regarding the specific unit. All terms of human inquiry should be utilized in search for absolute truth, that is, God. Of course, one can be thought over the word gravitation and God. Both the words are from G God and gravitation, gravitation. Both are of the initial character G. So the purpose of all sciences should be to inquire about the nature of God. A physicist should inquire what is the real source of the laws of nature. A chemist can inquire who is the supreme chemist behind all the wonderful molecules, DNA, chlorophyll, proteins, and others. All scientific truths are centered with the absolute truth, where boundaries of relative truths are overruled. When one realizes the absolute truth through an inquiry, he will understand the actual basis of reality, and then his duty is to glorify the Supreme Lord through the scientific understanding. This is the secret and the a real platform of happiness. Therefore, any brilliant scientist who is under the thinking of spiritualism will give the best approach of any scientific result. All scientific results show one-sided picture of our nature. Other side is not clear through these results. So we can also say that scientific inquiry without spiritual knowledge is one-sided scientific knowledge when expanded to include spiritual knowledge will bring completeness into scientific knowledge. Scientific knowledge in search of absolute truth becomes spiritual. Scientific research regarding absolute truth is known to be research. Research is one of the fascinating or glorious unit of any classical result. Scientific knowledge in search of absolute truth becomes spiritual. Every living being is a conscious life particle, a spiriton, that is a spiritual particle or Atman, and has mind and intelligence. At last, we are quoting that the invention of uranium by Madame Curie, Pierre Curie, and Henry Becquerel was done, but in the same condition, that kind of uranium could not be obtained by this group. Therefore, there may be something, there may be a spirituality, there may be scientific impact from our spiritual thinking. Thanks, a lot of thanks for this hearing video. Thank you very much.